Nikhil, you joining us from Dubai for 45 minutes, and we were listening to your conversation with Sky. For 45 minutes, the team waited for Mohsin Naqvi to step aside for the awards ceremony after winning the Asia Cup. He churlishly walked away with the trophy in tow. What's the buzz in Dubai? How did the team react to this? And does the board intend doing anything about this?
Okay, I'll try and answer all those questions, Gaurav. Let's start about how is it that the team reacted. I spoke to Suryakumar Yadav a short while ago. He also attended the press conference, and in the last 12 odd hours that I've had conversations with him, the one thing that's really stood out is the fact that they are not fretting over that trophy which is materialistic, that one trophy. For them, they won the Asia Cup and that is it. You heard in the conversation that I had with him, he said that, listen, at the end of the day, it goes up, India are Asia Cup champions. He said, that's enough for me. My trophy, he said, are those 14 other players who are part of the squad, the support staff that was part of the squad. We won it, and that in itself is a big trophy for us. So that's how the team has reacted in the most dignified way possible. However, he also did add that, listen, we worked hard to win this title, and if we worked hard, we deserve to have that trophy. Now, what happens next is your next question. Well, Mohsin Naqvi did walk away with that trophy, but remember, that is not his personal belonging. Quite often in gully cricket, we have that scenario, right? If you get out and you own the bat, you say, मैं जा रहा हूँ, bat लेके चला जाऊँगा, I won't play. But in that case, at least you own the bat. In this case, this is a rotating trophy. It goes across to every team that wins the Asia Cup. This time, of course, India won it 9 times, most by any country. This time it was India's chance to be holding that trophy. And what he's done actually is brought upon a lot more embarrassment for himself, Gaurav, Mohsin Naqvi, because eventually he knows the trophy is going to go. So the best thing would have been just step aside. There were other dignitaries at the dais. They could have very well have given the trophy. Let me give you some past examples. The last Asia Cup, I was here in 2022. Sri Lanka and Pakistan played the final. You know who the ACC president was? It was Jai Shah. But he did not come out to give the trophy. He allowed somebody else to give the trophy. I'll give you the examples of the Olympics. I've covered multiple Olympic games. The medal, whoever is the gold medal winner, the person who comes to give the medal is from that country. So clearly, you can always look to that, have that sort of a rotation. There was a Bangladesh cricket board president who was there. Correct. The vice president of the Emirates cricket board was there, who was an invited dignitary. Anyone could have given the trophy, but I think eventually it is that ego of one man who did not want to move from there.
He's taken the
Pakistani trophy with him like a child would take his bag from a gully game. But it is now gone back.
No, but that's exactly what they're fit for, gully cricket and nothing more.
Said, the embarrassment is going to
haunt Pakistan much longer, and I hope it continues to do so.
Embarrassment. I don't think I don't think he thought it forward, because eventually what is going to happen is that for 2 days you'll keep it there. Eventually it has to go to the PCCI headquarters.
Yes.
How are you going to have any face-saving exercise then? So I think he should have thought it over, should have been dignified enough to allow the winning team to go with the trophy. But as I said, the Indian team is completely not fretting over this. They've won the trophy.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone knows that they are the champions.
Stay with me. Shishir Hatangdi, skipper Suryakumar Yadav, and the team waited 45 long minutes for the trophy to be awarded. It was their hard work, and through the series, after India had made it very clear they will not accept it, given Mohsin Naqvi's anti-India stance. In your appreciation, should Naqvi have stepped aside? And in your view, can action be taken against him for walking away with the trophy and the medals to his hotel?
Gaurav, yes. I mean, before I begin, actually, Nikhil's taken a script out of my mouth. I was going to talk about when we were kids, how the guy who owned the cricket bat actually walked away when he was given out, and rightly said, the bat does not belong to him. So the trophy doesn't belong to him. It belongs to the ACC. It is not his personal property. The fact that India had made it very clear they didn't want to shake hands, they didn't want to accept the trophy. It should have been very clear in his mind, and his ego or his position as the chief of the ACC shouldn't have come in the way. What he should have done, gracefully given it to somebody else to hand over the trophy, because 45 minutes of waiting and, the broadcasting time and just about the embarrassment of a country that has lost in a final, then the chairman behaving like a schoolboy, all added up to the frustration of a team that has been beaten 3-0.
Oh, absolutely. Though I have a different take on it, while I completely agree with you, Shishir bhai, Pakistani mindset, and especially with an Asim Munir as the army chief, we will see more of this in the times ahead because of that radical Islamist mindset that Asim Munir displays. His minions will have to follow suit. But let me also bring in Chandrasekhar Luthra into this conversation. Sir, can and should action be taken against Mohsin Naqvi? Was his conduct as ACC chief, the Cricket Council, Asian Cricket Council chief, in conflict with either Pakistan Cricket Board chief or Interior Minister of Pakistan or the lackey of Asim Munir? All of this in conflict with his cricketing role here.
Well, Gaurav, let me tell you, only the half truth has been told to your viewers. So let me explain this also.
Okay.
First of all, congratulations, Team India. They played tremendously well. I've never seen some youngsters, playing such good cricket with composure and taking it to the last and winning it from the jaws of defeat. So a wonderful cricket. But what has happened? What Nikhil was telling, my younger brother. I have also covered so many Olympics and other games. So let me tell you, it has always been a protocol that whosoever is there, Nikhil, you also please listen it carefully, that it is there in your menu, which is given to you in the Olympics and everywhere, that whatever be the event, the medal presenter name is always been there, whether it's from some countries, some organization, whatever. It is always pre-decided that such and such person will give this prize to him, whether it belongs to that country or not. Because before medal winning, before that event, you are not aware whether Neeraj Chopra is going to win or what Nadeem is there, Pakistani. So imagine, so that is half truth, half hidden. And second thing is, who started all this? And I'm very, I was so feeling so pain. I was so pained by the tweet of our prime minister. I have never seen in my lifetime as a sports reporter for last 3 decades or more, some prime minister, some head of the institution, tweeting like this. It has never been. You always congratulate both teams. You always congratulate your players for playing such a glorious game. But again, this was in a very bad taste. Who started this? We started it. We made a political statement. Pakistan only responded. I'm not with Pakistani. I always wanted India to win. But the point is, when you make a political statement, they are also under pressure. And Mohsin Naqvi, whether you like it or not, he was, as a ACC chief, he had all the right to give the trophies to somebody else, to the winning team. Whether Team India has given this in writing to ICC or ACC that will not receive trophy, I don't think so.
Okay.
Ask Nikhil. That was not the case.
I will get Nikhil to respond, but on Pakistan and on the Prime Minister's tweet, I would like to respond, but give me a moment. Nikhil, you want to quickly respond to the point that Mr. Luthra says it's half truth? Because Mr. Luthra very conveniently, ignores the point that you raised about Jay Shah not awarding it last year. But go on, Nikhil, complete your point.
Yeah, those couple of points that I was making, Gaurav. One, I take you back to the Olympic Games. It is, in fact, decided at the last moment. If you take a look at Neeraj Chopra winning that gold medal, it was given by the head of the Indian Athletics Federation. When you had Arshad Nadeem win the title, it was given from the Pakistan point of view. So you can take a decision last moment because they allow their athlete to take a medal from their own dignitary. It's not pre-decided because you don't know who's going to be winning the title, but there are dignitaries present from all associations, and the gold medalist is then allowed that courtesy to be taking a medal from the president of his own association. It's happened. So that can be rotated even at the last moment. That happens at the Olympic Games. Going back to the Asian Cricket Council, I just gave you an example. In 2022, I was here. Jay Shah was the head of the Asian Cricket Council. He did not give the trophy. My point is, at the end of the day, if you want to, and we are talking about the spirit of the sport, we're talking about, let the game be played in the right manner. And I think, Shekhar, who I've known for a very, very long time, he points to two things. That, it wasn't the right precedent. Why didn't you want to take the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi? Now I'm trying to put myself in the boots of the Indian players. This is the same Mohsin Naqvi and you're talking about the tweet that was put out of the Prime Minister, this is the same Mohsin Naqvi who puts a tweet of a football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, making that gesture about a jet going down, and that comes from his official handle. How would you see an Indian player then walking up and collecting a trophy from a man like this? And my point is, does his ego have to really come in? There is no hard and fast rule. There are other dignitaries there as well. Take a look at the Pakistan team. They received their medals from the boss of the Bangladesh cricket board. So clearly you could have, if you wanted to have the ceremony, you're the head of ACC, you want neutrality, you could have allowed anyone to take that trophy and go away. Not in this manner that, no, either I'll give it or not. And then how do you expect the players to collect the trophy from you after you put a tweet out like that?
No, and obnoxious anti-India statements that have come from him, that Shekhar, that you must comment on. And there's a long history of Pakistan bringing in radical Islamism into cricket. And there's a long history, and I'm not restricting myself just right now. I mean, look at the time when you have people like Muhammad Mushtaq who will say it's victory of Muslims over Hindus. Is that sportsman spirit? Why do we ignore that? Or Imran Khan saying it's jihad for Kashmir. Why would you want to ignore that? It's Shathe Shatyam Samacharet. You treat them the way they treat you and worse. But let me bring in Shishin Hatangadi. Mohsin Naqvi repeatedly spews venom against India, including today, where he falsely claims that history records Pakistani win in battle, which is not true.
I want to respond.
Yeah, you must. Frankly, had this match not been live, he ran away with the trophy. Probably in Pakistan, they would have claimed Pakistan won.
Yeah, like I said, Gaurav, highly childish. I mean, what's a central minister spending so much time at the ACC for a week, 10 days? Obviously, he doesn't have too much to do there because
Army does all the work there. These guys are just lackeys.
yeah, so the point is he's come here, and I mean I think the Indian team and the BCCI has made it very clear we will not accept the trophy from him, and that's as simple as that. Why complicate matters? We talk about the venom off the ground, things being said, political statements. That's another matter. The main point is if the players are under duress to have played this tournament, and they have emphasize the fact that they don't want to accept the trophy from this gentleman, then be dignified and say, okay, I'm the ACC chairman, I'll give it to somebody else to hand it over. Why walk
Okay.
away? I mean, actually, you're trying to behave younger and more childish than some of their own players, the Pakistani
True.
players.
Okay. Once again, Chandrasekhar Luthra, ACC chief, should be impartial. Naqvi clearly isn't. Look at his social media post that Nikhil also points to, that video of Cristiano Ronaldo, where they're attempting to mock their fake news of downing Indian fighters, or Haris Rauf's provocative gesture. Is this not reason enough for Indian players to say, nahi lenge isse trophy? He is not impartial.
Look, Gaurav, I'm not here to defend any Pakistani or anybody, but let me tell you, and let me remind Nikhil also and everybody else that I have seen so many pictures of, bat being used like a gun. I have seen that with Vivian Richards, with Botham, with so many players. I have
And
seen
a
so
history
many
of
tennis.
Pahalgam,
Listen,
where
listen,
Pakistani
listen. Let me,
terrorists singled out
let,
Hindus and massacred
listen.
them. There's a history, there is a
Either you
context.
listen to me also, or you
I
keep
am
on
listening
going.
to you, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
bring in
No,
context.
let me explain also. I'm here not to defend any Mohsin Naqvi or anybody. I'm here to give the true picture. So I have seen so many pictures like that, live and otherwise. And imagine a scenario also, Nikhil and Gaurav, that in 2036, somewhere in November or December, if India is going to host, Olympics, and imagine a scenario, Nadeem or anybody else from Pakistan, they win some medal. He is already an Olympic champion, and suddenly Mr. Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, or you and me, anybody is going there to give him medal, and he refuses to take that, accept that. Is that the right kind of approach? No. You are no one to decide whether you are going to accept trophy from Nikhil or me or anybody. It is the protocol, it is the decision by the ACC or ICC or anybody in the cricketing fraternity who is going to give the trophy. So, imagine these kind of
Okay.
scenarios. You can't blame these, and also last
Okay,
thing.
Shishir Hatangadi
And
wants to disagree with you. The last 30 seconds I have on this part of the show. Quickly, okay, Shishir,
Yeah,
why do you
I
want to
just I
disagree?
just say
Why are you
one thing.
disagreeing?
I just one thing, Gaurav. If it was India and the scenario what was explained just now, no Indian minister or official would award or be on the podium to make that presentation
Seriously.
to a Pakistani, given the situation, the sensitive situation between two countries. Okay, they wouldn't want the screen time. I mean, if you wanted screen
Not with the
time, you would have
Pakistani
seen
anyways.
Seriously,
you would have
you
seen
will be.
Jaisa,
You can
you would have
name
seen the
that stadium on
BCCI,
your
you would
own
have
name,
seen
but you will not
people
give the.
at the final.
Come
They were
on,
not there
come
at the
on.
final, weren't they?
I don't
Were they at the
accept
final?
this logic. You can
No,
No,
name
but
the
but Nikhil, the
stadium on
last
your
30
own
seconds I have
name,
on this part
but
of the
you will
show,
not go there
should
and give the
organizers be very
presentation. Come
mindful,
on,
given
come
the
on.
acrimony between India and Pakistan, given that acrimony, given that radical Islamist mindset that Pakistanis display, unless they qualify, there should be no India-Pakistan engagement in future encounters, in future tournaments. Nikhil.
Sorry, that was a question to me.
Yes.
Gaurav, let me also give you an idea as to why this may have happened. Now, just try and understand. I think, look at Mohsin Naqvi, and that's why I say that he's truly a politician. I was just talking about the tweet. Let me give you another example. I was here at the practice session of the Pakistan team. On the eve of that game where those gestures were made by the Pakistani players, Mr. Naqvi actually paid a visit to the practice session of the Pakistan team. Are you telling me that there was no direction that came from the top for the Pakistani players to have done what they did? Because he comes on the eve of the game, after which they behave in that certain manner. The fact of the matter is Mr. Naqvi has failed to do his job of actually running Pakistan cricket and running it successfully. I'll still say the Pakistani players, I will still give them credit. They gave India a fight in the final. But do you know how Mr. Naqvi has been performing as a PCB head? When that entire fiasco happened versus the UAE team, whether to play or not, he was incapable of making that decision. He had to call the previous president of Pakistan Cricket Board, who is now in the opposition, in Najib Sethi, to come and help
all
him
of
out.
this very
He had to call the
cleverly,
previous in charge of PCB, Ramiz Zadia.
all of this very cleverly is the deflection tactics that Mohsin Naqvi employs by using these kind of tweets.